They say dreams are for the night, during the day is a nightmare. Today we are going to know Mrs. Joyce Munyeri Thagana, who is going to tell us her love story.
Aspiring to become a better person, forgetting the past and moving forward, knowing that, the future what would be brighter if I did very well in school. Life is normally the best lesson. So from our background, together with my husband, we were brought up in a very humble families where we really loved. At some time we were being taken care of by other people. Like for me, I was being taken care of by my auntie before I joined school. Those days we used to join school when we were old, maybe even 7 years. So by this time I could stay with my auntie, taking care of her children, just to get maybe a meal, not out of any pay. And out of that, that brought in us that we could take care of other children beside the 3 that God gave us. And in fact, now we have an extra one in our house. We call him, our foster child. And he has grown with us. So that's how the idea of helping others came in. We have 8 children's home right now. And with 302 children currently, those who are right in the homes. But since we started, the compassion work, that was back in 2002, we have brought up more than 700 children. Some right now are in colleges, others are already in their homes, some are married, and some are, yes, and Serena is one of our products. We thank God for that,
Yeah,
yes.
I'm happy.
Yeah.
I'm happy to call you mother.
Thank you. Yes, you're my good daughter. Yeah, and I'm proud of you. In my marriage, of course, challenges are there. In fact, like you have said, life has both sides of the coin, either the head and the tail. So there are those times when, things are not very easy in marriage. But I would say that my greatest challenge has been, being very busy. As you become a celebrity, of course, you have a lot in your hands. You find yourself wearing so many hats. At times you are a mother, other times you are working, other times you are doing other things, other times you are like I did my studies. I fathered my studies when I was still bringing up my children, when I was a family person. In fact, the last study I did, I graduated with a master's in 2018. When I resigned from my teaching profession, I decided to change because of the need in the ministry, the need for counseling. So I dropped my profession of teaching and I did counseling. And the reason why I did this is realizing the need that there is in the ministry. We have the children in the homes, the 8 children homes. So these kids need, a counselor to rehabilitate them, to help them feel that, they gain back that dignity they lost when they were growing up. And also, having schools and all those areas that needed, a lot of counseling. Even in the church, we need counselors. So that's what made me, go back to school. It has not been easy, bringing up these children. You can imagine being parents of 300 children. And not only those ones in the homes, the others that I mentioned are in colleges, are in universities. And you find even those that are already settled in their homes. Just like even our normal children, the ones that we have given birth to, the biological ones, they still need our help. So the same thing happens. We find even those that are already started their homes, they need our help. So you can imagine I am a mother bringing up the children. I am also working. I am also a student. So those were actually some of the challenges that I would say I encountered. We thank God for the partners that we have that have helped us, in feeding the children, and maybe taking them to school, clothing them. So I really thank our partners in the Switzerland, partners in United States. They have been of great help. There is no accomplishment in life. I like one of the psychologists called Maslow, who talks of human beings are wanting beings. When you get these basic needs met, you want something else. He talks about the hierarchy of needs. And he says that, it's like a triangle, whereby the base has so many needs. Those shelter, food, clothing, and all that. And unless these ones are met, you are not able to move to the other level. But the last stage there is where we talk of a self-actualization, where you feel like you have reached to the peak. I would say that right now, though I have already, maybe if I'm still a teacher, I would almost be retiring. But you see, with the work of God, at times you cannot determine when to retire because the work is still there. So long as you have strength, you will continue serving the Lord. So even having reached there, I still feel like I'm not yet there. I'm still pursuing, I'm still working more. I want to think, right now, I am so much thinking about, the future generation. How are the children that we have been bringing up, how responsible are they going to be? If, for example, I hand over what I am doing to them, are they going to be responsible enough? If, for example, if I leave what God has helped me to save to them, are they going to be responsible enough to sustain it, to keep it? Or the moment maybe when I'm no more, they will sell everything and, they will not think about the other generation. Those are the things that I think about. Of course, again, I think about the retirement. Yeah, maybe if God gives me more time, now I'm thinking of maybe around 10 plus for the 70 years that God has promised us, and also believing God for more than that. But I'm thinking of, how will I be? What kind of a grandparent will I be at that age, beyond, the 70 years that God has promised? Will I be a bother to my children? Will I be expecting maybe even the children that we have been bringing up? Will I be waiting upon them to come and provide for me? Those issues, are the ones that, are keeping me going, but much more thinking about the future generation. In the next 10 years to come, let me say I'm very positive about, very optimistic about the generations to come. One, taking for example our country, I'm so positive about and very, very happy with the kind of leaders that have come up. When you look at the young leaders that were elected in the last elections, that has given me a lot of joy. To see young men and women of 34 years, 30 plus years, that gives me a lot of joy. In the ministry where I work, the Glory Outreach Assembly Ministry, I am very happy about it. Seeing young people like you coming up, seeing young people, other young people coming up, and what we have done in our place of work? We have an elderly person working along with a younger person, mentoring them to help them see how things are done. See, when the departments that we have, let's say like the leader of a compassion department is assigned another younger person so that she's able to help them grow and become responsible. The same thing with me in the department that I work in that deals with the peace, starting with the peace in the family, moving on to the peace in the nation. I have a younger person working with me I'm so happy when I allow her to take up the responsibilities. And I look at it, just to give an example, we have done a lot with advocating for peace before elections, during and after. And I have left my assistant planning so many things, just observing and directing her. You could have done this in a better way. And when she has done it and things have worked even better than the way I used to do them, I am so happy. So I am very optimistic that the generation to come, 10 years to come, globally, nationally, like in our nation of Kenya, the young people are going to take us far. And once we get a child, or a child comes to us, one thing we know is that, some of these kids behave the way they behave because of the lack. So first, we provide them with those basic needs: love, food, shelter, because some will have come from the street where they have never known love. So when they come into the orphanage, we embrace them, regardless of their character. And then we have programs like counseling programs where we plan, we go talk to them. There are times we have one-on-one. For example, that is my major role as a counselor. At times I'm called upon, maybe a child has this need or has this problem or behaves this way. I have, embraced them and sat with them and talked with them. Of course, you don't fail to get some who will not, accept whatever you tell them. We have lost a few, but not as many as those that have remained. So once the child is there, once we put them in school, they get that education. We have seen them, go on, finish primary school, get to high school, and that's why we have even some who are already in colleges. But embracing them, regardless of who they are, is the main point. Our human beings are wired in a way that when they feel appreciated, when they feel loved, they somehow are bound to change and they become better people. I would describe myself as a caring person, a patient person. Being patient in many ways, looking at a child, I'll see how this child can change, can be transformed, and being positive in life. I think that is one of the most important things. Being positive. Positivity brings a lot of peace in one person. When I look at Serena today, I see her becoming a best journalist, looking at the future. And when things are not going on well, I apply that patience in me. I feel like, things are going to be better. They may not look so good now. I may struggle even going to school, which I normally do at times. When I hear maybe a child, this has happened and that, I go to the school and find out what is really happening. And then the caring one, here, like recently we had one of our boys who got operated on the leg. I went all the way to Kenyatta Hospital just to show this kid that we care, we love. So those qualities, there could be many others, but the strong ones, caring, loving, patient. For the young people, I would really want them to learn a lesson of persevering in marriages. These days we are really having a challenge with the marriages, especially with the young people. I've been in marriage for 30 years. It's just celebrated. We celebrated our 30th anniversary in April. It's supposed to be 11th of April. And when I was looking back, I looked at the many seasons of life that we have gone through in our marriage. And I realized that through these seasons, it has just taken the heart of God. And understanding also the season is something very important. As young parents, as people who are getting into marriage, one thing one lesson I would want them to learn is that lesson of, being, understanding the season they are in. Because once you understand the season you are in, you'll be able to sail through. Because there is that season of understanding your spouse. And this is where the young people are going wrong. Because in the process of understanding, they are always getting themselves disagreeing on so many things, instead of looking at ways of agreeing, and also forgetting those that they cannot agree with, because you cannot agree 100% with your spouse. So, and moving on from that season, getting into the season of raising the children, which is also another challenging moment. The young people want, to raise the children maybe 50-50 with their spouses, not understanding that maybe some of them may not be there throughout as they may want. Just the understanding is what is lacking with the young people, because they are looking at issues that I need this, I must have it. I want to live like this, maybe the way I was living as a free lady, this is how I want to get in marriage. So you need to understand that different seasons demand different responsibilities. And unless you understand that, you will always have problems. Another thing is understanding that you cannot get all what you want in this life. There is no single time of life that you get exactly what you want. That if you just want to laugh, you get it there. That they are living in these days of, it's like kind of a superficial life, the ideal life. That this is what I wanted in marriage, I must get it, without another plan B, that if I don't get this, I can get it in this way. I may not get this, but I can get this. So that understanding, everyone has the past. And look at the future. I normally say that there are 3 stages in life. There is that past you have gone through. There is the present, who you are right away. And the present is very, very small. Or rather, it's that time of the present, you cannot even define it. You cannot define it in terms of days or hours, because it's who you are or what you are doing right now. And this is what determines the future. So if one forgets the past and work more on the present, definitely the future will become better. Using the past to ride on to get to the future, which is brighter.
Okay.
Yeah.
I appreciate for your time.
Thank you.
Now, the world know you better.
Thank you.
And where can people find you? The great platforms,
Yeah, normally people can find me even on YouTube. My YouTube is Joyce Jerry Monyere, and my Facebook is the same, Joyce Jerry Monyere. And they can also reach me through my phone number, which is 0720-349-171. I do a lot of counseling, individual counseling, group counseling, marriage couples, and all those issues. God has enabled me to do that. I'm also a preacher of the Word of God. If you invite me, I will speak the Word of God. Yes.
He's going to give them many more years, and he's going to give us an opportunity to continue enjoying them in good health, and may they never lack, and they always enjoy their marriage. We are watching and following their footsteps. God bless you.
We are very glad because of the doings of the Lord, and I being the product of this, I'm celebrating the rescue that I got. By the way, I remember 2015, there was a time that I had a personal crisis, and within these 29 years, Mom talked to me with the mother I love, and right now I'm very glad because I'm a product of her mind.
We are so glad that the Lord has brought them this far. I am a product of this ministry, yes, for the last 10 years, and I have seen the faithfulness of God. They have been good parents to us, so as they celebrate these 29 years, we are saying that may the Lord bless them and continue being together with them as they continue raising more and more children. And today I am a happy pastor, and I'm serving at GOA Kahawa Wedani, and they have been good parents to us. So we love them and we wish them all the best in their life. Yes.
We are grateful for the pace they have set. We are grateful for we can be able to come back when you have a question, when you have a challenge, and we really look up to them. We pray that God will keep them safe. We are so grateful for them and we love them. We love you, Mom. We love you, Dad.
Let's embrace marriage and remember that marriage is never a scam. As Joyce Munyere the Ghana tells her story about being in marriage for more than 30 years. Reporting from NIBS TV, I'm Selena Mumbi Egihonzo.